Most bloggers think Pinterest SEO is complicated, but it's really just about helping Pinterest understand what your content is about. And once you get the hang of it, it's actually pretty simple, and it is essential if you want to get your content seen on Pinterest. So for today's video, we'll talk about why Pinterest SEO is important, the mistakes that I see bloggers making, and the new Pinterest SEO tool that I've been using to make finding keywords so much easier. First, let's talk about the mistakes that I see bloggers making and the struggles that they have with Pinterest SEO. For example, using cute board titles instead of keyword researched SEO phrases. So for example, you might have a board titled My Favorite Foods. Cute name, but it isn't really going to help you get seen in search. You'd be a lot better off doing something like Easy Dinner Recipes. It's a lot more boring, but it is going to get you seen in search more because that is a searchable keyword versus My Favorite Foods. You might also make the mistake of just guessing on your keywords or using keywords that are too broad and are oversaturated in a niche, which is where the new tool that I've been using called Keyword to Pin comes into play. Now, Pinterest itself doesn't tell you the search volume of keywords, it simply tells you the next best one to use. And you can kind of guess which ones are going to have a higher search volume because when you search something up on Pinterest and the drop-down menu comes up, the ones that are at the top of the drop-down menu are more likely to be searched versus the ones at the bottom of the drop-down menu. But that still doesn't give you a search volume if people are actually using them or not. So all you can do right now on Pinterest is guess. You are guessing what keywords to search to begin with, guessing on related ones, and guessing how popular they are to begin with. But when you're using a tool like Keyword to Pin, it's actually going to give you a volume of the amount of searches for that search term, which is so helpful. Now, this is a paid tool, but I am working with Keyword to Pin, and I've gotten my audience a 20% off discount code when you use Sarah Marie at checkout, and I will leave the link below if you're interested in checking it out. Now let's get to the pinning strategy and how to actually use this tool. For my simple Pinterest SEO process, the first thing that I'm going to do is start with an ideal blog post in mind. I'm always going to start with a topic that I would like to talk about, but I'm not going to finalize it until all of this process is done with the keyword research. Because based off of what I find and what people are searching for, it might adjust the blog post direction, and I want to make sure I have that down first before I finalize it. I'll come up with a rough title and a few keywords and maybe a general outline of where I want to take the post, but then I'll do the actual keyword research to find out if that's what I want to do. Step 2 is going to be find related search phrases. After that, I'll go to Pinterest and I'll search up my general blog post idea with the keywords that I want to use, and I'll see what shows up in the autocomplete. I can find a good list of keywords this way, and it will help drive the questions that I ask in the post so that I can get a better idea of the outline as well. Step 3 is to refine those keywords with Keyword to Pin. So once I have my list of general keywords, I'm going to go to Keyword to Pin and I'm going to put those into the actual tool that is going to tell me how many people are searching those things a month. And this is going to tell me if those keywords are actually useful. If it has super low search volume, then I'm just not going to use that keyword. But on the flip side, if it has a ton of searches and is in an oversaturated niche, I know that I should use that word a lot less because it's not going to get me found as easy because so many people are searching for that keyword. So you want to have a little bit of a balance. And if you are searching a long tail keyword, which is 3 to 4 words, don't panic if it doesn't have a lot of searches because it is more specific and it is definitely going to have less searches versus 1 or 2 keywords, which is what we call a short tail keyword. So you can have both. You can have short tail keywords and long tail keywords, but don't expect the long tail keywords to have as many searches as the short tail ones. A keyword like dinner ideas is probably going to get searched a lot less than something like healthy dinner ideas for 2. Both are still good to use, but one is more specific and one is less specific. So the less specific one is going to have more searches. Once you have your list of keywords, you can order them in level of importance based off of what you found on Pinterest. And you really only need 3 to 4 strong options for every single post. So you are going to want a main keyword, and this is the one that you are going to use the most. It's probably one of the most popular keywords, and you want to have this one in your title and maybe in one of your headings as well, while also being used throughout the blog post. Then from there, maybe you can have 1 short-term keyword and 1 to 2 long-term keywords that you can use throughout your headings and throughout your post. Really, it doesn't matter exactly what you have. I just chose 3 to 4 because that is the easiest without oversaturating your blog post with so many keywords. As long as you have a decent amount of them and they have good searches, you should be fine. You'll also want to use all of these keywords in your pinned titles, of which you are going to be creating multiple of. You also want to use them in your pinned descriptions, and if this is a topic that you're going to be talking about a lot and these keywords will work for a broader search term, you can also use them in your board descriptions and your board titles as well. And then step 4 is to create multiple pins around the same keyword cluster. So once you create your blog post, now it is time to promote it on Pinterest. Now, I recommend creating 3 to 5 pins right when you finish your blog post and then schedule them out for that week and the next week so that you can get some traction to that brand new post that you just put out. But you are not done promoting your post after that. Now, new content should always take a priority, but you can promote this new post as long as you want, as long as it is still relevant and bringing traffic. So in order to keep promoting this post and trying to rank for different keywords, I would use keyword to pin to create a keyword cluster, which is going to be a little bit bigger than your 3 to 4 keywords that you use for your blog post that are still relevant that you can use in your pin titles and your pin descriptions every single week when you're pinning this post. And then you want to be able to keep track of those as well. So I keep track of all of my keywords, blog posts, links, everything for Pinterest in a keyword doc that I made on Google Sheets. And it is super helpful for making sure you have everything you need for Pinterest in one place. It's going to make pinning a lot easier for you. Now let me show you around this tool, Keyword to Pin, a little bit so you can see what they offer and why I've been using it recently. Now this is the dashboard where you can instantly start searching for keywords if you want, or you can go to this keyword research tab over here and do the same thing, search for keywords. You can also discover keywords, so you can pick out whatever niche that you want. Let's say you're in beauty, and then you can see what is going to be ranking. Hairstyles, nails, nail ideas. Nails is really popular on Pinterest for some reason, so beauty is a bad example. Let me try something like DIY and crafts. So Mother's Day gifts here. You can click on competitor analysis and it will show you all of the pins that you would be in competition of, showing you what it looks like and when it was posted. And then you can also view it on Pinterest if you want. And you can also save this report as well or export it. I've never used that option, but it is there. And same thing for here, you can go to a competitor analysis, so you can search up a username or a pro URL and figure out what your competitors are doing. So if we go to this Pinterest account right here and pretend this is our competitor, we can put in their URL and it's going to tell you everything you need to know about them. I think this is recent pins. And then you can see the boards that they have, which I feel like you could just go on Pinterest for this, but maybe I'm just not using it right. When you do any saved reports, all of it is going to show up here. I skipped this. They also have a pin scheduler as well. Now, I've never actually used this tool for the pin scheduler specifically. I've only used it for the keyword research because I just use the free Pinterest scheduler that is directly on Pinterest. But if you want, you could schedule pins out from this tool as well. So what I usually use is the keyword research here, and we can search up, they said boho wedding decor, so let's try that. So they suggested boho wedding decor. It has 0 search volume, but boho wedding decorations has 31,000. So we're going to click on that, and then from there you can check out all of the different other keywords that you can use. So you can take any keyword that you want from here, put that in a keyword cluster. So this is a really good tool for doing your Pinterest keyword research. And like I said, if you want 20% off of this tool, Sarah Marie is the code. I will link it down below, but make sure you use that code at checkout as well so that you can get your 20% off discount. And if you're interested in watching anything else from me, you can check out one of these 2 videos here. Make sure to like if you like, subscribe to my channel down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.